You're not ready for the adventure that this possibly haunted marketplace purchase took me on. I hesitate to say purchase because I didn't end up paying for it. I'm in Charlotte traveling with my partner and I saw this listed on Facebook Marketplace. As you can see, there's two friendly gentlemen on the left in an antique frame, two babies in an antique frame, and on the right, a funeral lithograph from the Victorian period. So I messaged the seller. Good evening, is this available? And the seller tells me that someone else who collects this stuff is going to pick them up, and I missed out on the sale, essentially. Womp, womp, womp. Except she messages me a few hours later and says, hey, I'd actually like to give these to you rather than sell them to the other person because, I don't know, I guess I give off the vibe of someone you would like to give antique pictures to. Perfect, great. I'm excited about this. It's also pretty much impossible to find the identity of the people in these photographs because they often don't have a name on the back or anything, so keep that in mind. The seller tells me she doesn't know the identity of the people in the photograph, but she did get them at this house and gave me the address of the house. Now, I can't make all of this information that I found out public just because they have living relatives. The address for this residence is a Georgia highway, and we know that when these people were living there, it likely wasn't called Georgia Highway, whatever. So I have to do some digging to find out, one, who lived at the house that these people might be, and also what the house was called back then so I could do more research on the old address. I went through the property records and found the names of all the people who were living there at the highway address. They definitely weren't associated with the pictures, but I did find the old address and I found that the name of the road was likely the name of the original residents of the property. This is where it gets interesting. So I found someone who had the same last name as the road, who lived in the town that the house was in, and I also found out that he died from having a heart attack trying to help some people who got into a car accident by crashing into the porch of the house. Probably the house that the pictures came from. Is this the man in the photo with the other gentleman? Keep in mind, this is what the gentleman looked like, and I found out that the man that died from a heart attack has a brother, and this is what his brother looks like. I think there's definitely a resemblance. Did some more digging, found out the family had terrible luck. Not only did someone die by having a heart attack after trying to help some people who crashed into his house, they had the funeral at the property, which is compelling for me. I also found out that a 26-year-old in the family was hit by a train the same week his mother died, and his brother got sick with pneumonia. His twin brother, mind you. That still doesn't tell me who these babies are, so I kept looking. I found out the man that had heart failure on his porch actually did have a set of twins, Lois and Lewis, a boy and a girl, but Lois, the girl, died at 10 months old. And if you see, the little girl has scalloped lace on the edge of her hem, and he has a straight hem.